Hi, Patric Chan here, and in this training, I want to share with you how to collect online payment and set up the delivery fulfillment. And this is more towards digital products, but you can also use the same concept or process if you're selling, say, a physical product. Alright, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started with the first part. So let's start with the overview, where a business should only be considered as an online business when you can use the internet to operate it. So I wouldn't say something, or should I say a business as an online business if you need to use the offline mechanism, like using phones, meet up with someone face to face, and so on. All of those, it's a business obviously, but I would not classify that as an online business, if that makes sense. So to sell a product for an online business, you need to collect online payment because you're not going to collect cash anymore. I mean, how would you collect cash over the internet, right? So it has to be online payment. When we talk about online payment, it could be credit card, it could be PayPal, it could be online banking or e-wallets. So e-wallets could also fall into the scope of cryptocurrency, but we won't be covering that here. But I just want you to understand what I mean by that. So there are all kinds of e-wallet going on right now, depending on which country that you're from. So if you are, let's say, in China, they would have Alipay, right? Or WePay and so forth. So if you are in, say, US, then apart from PayPal, there could be other famous e-wallets going on there. But we're just going to focus on the mainstreams. So the mainstreams will be credit card, PayPal, and for local countries, as in like local payment method, will be online banking, because online banking doesn't work for international, simply because of the currency for each banks. So how to accept credit card payment? Like, how do you do that? So if I want to start an online business right now and I want to sell something over the internet, whether it is physical products, digital products, or services, but for this training, we are going to mention specifically for digital products, because it's not possible for me to do a training for everything, as in like examples for every single types of products. Make sense? So I'm going to choose the type of product where it is suitable for my own students so that they can learn from this training right now. So if we want to sell digital products could be a software, could be a knowledge-based product, it could be a video course, it could be a membership, so on. How do you accept payment online? So the way how to do it, it is not to go to Visa or Master or go to your bank and say, hey, I'd like to have a credit card machine or credit card merchant account. No, you don't do that, right? The way how you accept credit card payment for any small businesses or even individuals is to sign up with a third-party solution to accept credit card payments. So there are companies out there where they operate their business by being the so-called middle person. So they have relationship with Visa and Master and so on, and then they can provide you that service. So technically, is that you're not signing up with Visa or Master or American Express and so on, but you're signing up with a third-party solutions, or I would even say third-party company, where they will collect the payment for you and then they'll charge a transaction fee. Okay? So these are the ones that I would recommend because there are so many of them out there in the market. If we were to discuss, is this good, is this bad, which one would you think we should avoid and so on, we will never end, because the fact is that personally, I would have never tried every single payment gateways out there. But the one that I will be recommending in this training is this, Stripe for everything. Means that Stripe should be an account that you should have as long as you want to collect credit card payments. Whether you're selling an ebook or you're selling a virtual class, whatever that you're selling that requires you to collect payment, you can use Stripe. The second option will be ClickBank, and this is mainly for digital products. I'll dive in a bit deeper about ClickBank shortly in today's training. And then there's of course PayPal. PayPal will also allows you to collect credit card payments and also PayPal, because globally, the entire world, they are very familiar with PayPal in that sense, because they have become the mainstream brand when it comes to online payment, right? But for me personally, I don't want to use PayPal. I use Stripe and ClickBank because I have bad experience with PayPal. Now, if you were to use PayPal, I would suggest you to use PayPal as another alternate option, which means that your customer, they can choose whether they want to pay credit card payment or PayPal, and not just have PayPal. Here's why, okay? If you just say, hey, I'm just going to accept PayPal because PayPal accepts credit card payment as well, now you're going to risk yourself of losing sales simply because many people's PayPal account have been suspended, which means that prevents them to be shoppers at the same time as well. Like for instance, my PayPal account, it has been suspended, which means if you use PayPal to collect payment and I want to buy from you, guess what? I cannot do that because I don't have a valid PayPal account anymore. I hope that makes sense. So as you can see, although this training is called newbie series, but sometimes these are some valuable information that it is even useful for someone who is already doing online business. So here are the Stripe advantages of using Stripe. The first one is that you can register for free at www.stripe.com. You will need to submit some documentation because they are a real company. You want to make sure that you are a legit business as well. So you need to go through all that process. At the time of me doing this training, Stripe is 100% free. So if you are watching this training, go to stripe.com right now and see whether you can still register for a free account. And if you can, go ahead and do that ASAP. Next, there are many features and the payout is just in 5 days, which means the money that you made, that you have collected, the online payment that you receive, in just 5 days, guess what? The payment will be released to you. And of course, this is all on automation. Anyway, I want to show to you what I mean by many features, and you can check it out on this link here, but I will visit it for you right now. So I given to you the URL because they may change this interface. I do not know when you're watching this training. The point is that if you go through the URL, you can see that they have all these amazing features. And like I say, it is for free. Because when you join Stripe, it is free, right? So whatever the fee is, you can come here and you can check it out, the latest fee. I don't actually include the fee price right now in this training simply because they may have changed. Alright, so let's go back to the training. Go back to the presentation. Next, it's compatible to most digital e-commerce platforms and website builders. Now, what do I mean by that? So when you want to collect payment, as in like technically to put that order button, you will need to have a digital e-commerce platforms or website builders to integrate everything and make it automated. So if you just have, say, a payment gateway, in this sense, like you're using Stripe to collect online payment, you still need to have some kind of platforms or a website builders that have the facility to integrate the online payment so-called gateway into your website. The good news is that because Stripe is so famous, most digital e-commerce platforms out there or any website builders that you use, most of the time, they will have this integration. So in another word, it is easier for you to integrate into your online business. Next, to make it user-friendly, you need to quote-unquote integrate it with an online e-commerce platform or website builder like what I mentioned to you earlier. And I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So here's an example by using ClickFunnels. Now, it doesn't have to be ClickFunnels. You could be using any other platforms. You could be using any other website builders. But I'm just here to show you an example. And if you want to check out ClickFunnels, it's the same website builder that I use, or you can call it a funnel builder. This is the link where you can get free trial. Again, I'm not too sure when you're watching this training, so I'm not too sure whether the free trial is still there when you click on the link. So go ahead and check it out once this training is over. So let's head to ClickFunnels right now. So I'm inside my ClickFunnels account, and once you're at the account settings, you will see this part here called integrations and payment gateways. So if you are using this or any other services, there should be an integrations or payment gateway. Just look for those keywords. In this case, it will be payment gateways. As you can see, when I click on that, it comes here, and then it asks me to add new payment gateway, and I can click here. Now I'm already connected with Stripe, right? So therefore I don't have to do it again. But as you can see, the process is really that simple. If you were to click on create Stripe account, then you just follow through the process, and then you'll be able to integrate Stripe into your website builder, in this case ClickFunnels, so that you can follow ClickFunnels system to collect online payments. Now, I'm not going to do a walkthrough of ClickFunnels simply because interface change all the time. All you need to do is go to help here, and there are all those documents, the get help and everything here to walk you through how to do this if you are somehow stuck. Let's head back to the presentation slide here. So ClickFunnels is an example of a website builder. So in summary, if you want to collect online payments, you should have a third-party tool to basically manage that, to integrate it into your system. And the final one is integration with ClickBank. Now this is a bit more complicated because you need to submit your product inside ClickBank before you can do that. So the way how you do that, right, it is actually to go to ClickBank's knowledge base and go through the step there. Again, I'm not showing you the walkthrough, the same thing like ClickFunnels, because they may change, interface may change all the time. And I want this training to be so-called evergreen so that I can help as many people as possible. So let's go to ClickBank right now and see what I mean by integration with ClickBank. Alright, so now we are at ClickBank. So ClickBank is also another type of payment gateway, but it is more focused on digital products market and focus on getting affiliates to promote your product. So if you don't understand about affiliate marketing, please go through the earlier newbie series module where I have affiliate marketing for newbies. Okay, so now let's go down here. If you can see here, sell your product, support. All right, let's click on support and see whether we can go to the tutorial. All right, so here we are, seller help. If you were to click here, we'll come to this page here, seller help. So you can skip this, but you just want to focus on getting started. How do I get started as a ClickBank vendor? So basically, we'll explain to you, you need to sign up, pay the fees and so on. But what you want to do is this: how do I add a new product to my ClickBank account? So follow the instruction here, and once you added your product and it has been successful, they will give you an order link. With this order link, anyone who click on this order link and check out from their checkout page, you'll be able to collect the credit card payments in this context. So that's how ClickBank works in that sense. But let me share this with you again. This can be quite a taxing process, especially for newbie, because you got to learn about ClickBank, like how to submit the products inside. You got to make sure that you follow their rules and everything else. So it's a process. It's not that straightforward like with using Stripe, where you can integrate into ClickFunnels or any other e-commerce platform that you use. Okay. So here's a simple walkthrough to give you the big picture how the online payment collection actually works. So the first thing is that you gotta have your sales page to sell your product. So on this sales page, you will provide an order button or order link. Like if you buy my products, you go to my webpage, my sales page, like let's say you get this recording, right? And you get the entire newbie series recording. You would have gone through this process where you click on an order button. So this order button Once you click on it, it will take you to a checkout page. This checkout page here, it could be a third-party checkout page like you saw with my platform, or it could be the checkout page by the payment gateway itself. Like for ClickBank, when you click on the checkout page, you will actually go to ClickBank's checkout page. So the purpose of this checkout page is to ask for the credit card information. So now the prospect key in the credit card information. After this is done, the prospect now becomes a buyer, a customer, and it will take the customer to the thank you page. Now, for that to happen, you will usually need to have a website builder that can integrate with the online payment system, or I should say online payment gateways, or you have a third-party digital e-commerce platform that does this for you, so that after they have paid, it will take them to the thank you page. The purpose of this thank you page is, of course, to thank them and to welcome them, but at the same time, to send out a welcome email to confirm their purchase. Like for instance, there are two types of welcome email. One is the receipt welcome email or the invoice welcome email that gives them the summary what they have paid for. And then there's another type of welcome email, usually is in the autoresponder, where it's more towards marketing purpose to congratulate them for buying the product. And if you sort of hear the jargon called autoresponder and you're confused of what I've just said earlier, don't worry, we have dedicated one entire class on the topic of autoresponder for newbies. So please go through that training. We have this entire series, the newbie series. There are 10 classes that I believe it covers the 10 essential know-how for any newbie to stop being a newbie after they've gone through this training. So if you want to start an online business, I would say that you should go through this entire training, this series of training, if you are a newbie. Anyway, let's continue from here. After they have purchased and they see the thank you page, they will be able to access what we call a member area. The member area basically allows them to access the product that they have purchased. So this is controlled by the website builder or the digital e-commerce platform. Now, if you're not familiar with this, again, please go through the previous newbie series that we have on selling digital products and so on. So we cover that, like how to do fulfillment, right? And that's why we are placing this class at one of the final classes, because you need to go through the previous one to give you a better framework of this basic chart here. There you go. So this is how the online payment actually works and how the process actually looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the third session of today's training, which is additional tips for optimization. So here they are. The first one is only use ClickBank if you are planning to run an affiliate program or ready for advanced features. So let me elaborate this. So if you are, say, launching your online business and your strategy is to get affiliates to help you promote your product, then you want to consider using ClickBank for the digital product, because ClickBank has hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of registered affiliates with them, and you can tap on their affiliate network. Or if you are somewhat advanced and you want to use their one-time offers feature, which is called Pitch Plus, you want to use some of the advanced analytics and so on, then you use ClickBank. If not, then don't use it because it is quite complicating. And secondly, the fee is a bit higher. I think they charge 7.5%, where usually payment gateways will charge maybe 3% or somewhere around there, or 4%. It almost doubled in terms of the fees. And the reason is because they are helping you on the marketing aspect with their affiliate network. But if you are new and you don't think that you can get affiliates to help you to promote and so on, then hey, maybe ClickBank may not be the ideal option at this moment of time. Next, there are many prospects who left or exit at the checkout page. So they go to the checkout page where they enter their name and emails, right? Even their phone numbers or address and so on. But they did not click the checkout button, which means that they did not final the last step where they are going to check out and pay. So what happened is that they sort of left that time at the cart. We call this the abandoned cart issue. So here's what happened is that you should follow up with them because these are hot prospects. They have come to the last stage and they changed their mind at the last minute, right? So I think that there is money on the table, so to speak, for you to pick it up if you just follow up with them, because it could be because they were rushy and did not finish the checkout, whatever the reason is. Next, in Stripe, just so you know, sometimes transactions fail because of security reason, because of bank decline and so on. So inside Stripe, you can actually see all of the failed transactions. Same just like the earlier point, follow up with your prospects because some of them may have financial issue and you can always follow up with them and say, here, how about if I provide you a payment plan? Okay. So there you go. These are the additional tips that you can use for your payment gateways. And here's point 4. If you're marketing to local market, as in like local in the country, a big percentage of them will prefer to use online banking to make payments. Now, I don't market to India, but I have traveled to India before. And the thing is that in India, I feel that if I'm not mistaken, many of them don't really use credit cards. And it could be because it's hard for them to apply credit cards and so on. So let's say if you're selling in India, right? Logically, you should have the feature for them to do online bankings for you to make payments. That's just how it works in India. So in different countries, it would be different to a certain degree. So like for instance, for me, of course, I do market my seminars, my training and so on to Malaysians because I live in Malaysia. And for Malaysia market, the fact is that many of our customers will use online banking. I mean, that's one of their preferred method to pay. In fact, we are looking at about 30% of our customers will use online banking when they're making payments over the internet. So make sure, in another word, if you're marketing for the local market, you must suit them. You must have that kind of facility for them to pay you. Alright, so I hope that you have learned some valuable insights here and so on. I'm sure that they will come in handy to you when you're ready to start selling online. With that said, this is Patric Chan, and I will talk to you again in the future then. Take care and bye-bye.